Good afternoon. My name is Kwabena. Businesses offer solution, and that is what they get paid for, whether tangible product or intangible product. Whether they are selling the product that they made themselves, or they added some bit of value to, or somebody made for them and they are selling. Most often than not, we get to hear that we don't manufacture or we don't produce a lot of things in our country. They say that we don't add a lot of value to what our people eat, drink, wear, where we sleep, and all that. I think a lot of it has to do with our understanding of how products are developed, how products are manufactured, and every process in between the two. In most places, product development and product manufacturing are separate. I think that there are a lot of things that we produce where we are beaten, or where we still have to do a lot of improvement, is the technology that we are using to do these things. For instance, in the construction field, we produce blocks, we produce a lot of the technology that we use. They may not be up to so-called standard, but we get to produce those to meet the needs that we have, and that is what really production is all about. It's about relevant technology to solve a problem at a cheaper cost and at a good speed in terms of production, in terms of quantity production. And so whether it's in agriculture, whether it's in construction, whether it's in electronics, whether it's in fashion products, whether it's in intangible products that people produce, the entrepreneur's understanding of how products are made and how they are produced, designed, manufactured are very key. Most often than not, when people are doing businesses and they meet challenges, you go back to the product line, you go back to how they are selling their product, or how aggressive they are in terms of meeting the market with their product, with which kind of product that they are meeting the market with. You see that there's a lot of knowledge that is in deficit. So you, as a business person, your understanding of how a product is made is so important. Products are made, whether it's a whole new product or it's a product which is existing that you do one or two changes. They are all things that you have to understand. They start with the ideas. You look at the product, you see, Christmas is coming, this thing will sell. How do I customize it to meet my target market? Which means that you have a certain people, a certain market share that you want to give this product to. Now, how are you going to do that? How do you price that product? Are they able to buy that product at the price that you want to tag after the cost of producing the product? What is it that you want to change, and how does it inform the minds of your customers? You know, all these are things that people continue to do. So every one of us can produce any product. It's an extension of us. We have made manufacturing and production of goods and services as if it's the birthright of some people, and we are just there to use what they have produced. Whether it's electronics, whether it's smartphone, whether it's a bottled water, whether it's a printer, or whether it's a car, the basic technology, the basic engineering principles are there. People are doing them. We don't have to go for the big ones, but at least the basic ones that our people so need: the clothes, the food, the shelter, the accessories that are needed in a lot of these machines are being made in our country. You go to a lot of these machine shops, they cut a lot of these machine parts. We have to take this mind from ourselves that everything we use is imported. A lot of the services are being provided in our country as well. If you go to the agri processing side or the food processing side, a lot of the food that we eat, people have food processing machines, food processing companies that they are adding value to our product. It's not strange, it's not something new, and you don't have to do everything across the value chain. They are broken. Somebody supplies this part, somebody supplies another part. Somebody's duty is just to put them together. You have to have your customers in mind. The cost, can they buy it, or is more to them, or is so much for them to buy? What I see is that people are trying to do a lot of quality things that the market is not ready for. What the market needs, or what a lot of people are looking for based on our buying ability, a lot of them, they buy on price. So what do you want to go and employ this top technology, so to say, to produce things that a lot of the people that you want to produce to can buy? You just have to make sure that the safety issues are intact, people will not be hurt, life will not be endangered, and you produce at a cost that they can buy with the quality that is standard in our country. Business problems. If you're able to stay above what the market needs and create a lot of the products based on what business you're doing, your revenue will keep coming, especially if you're able to build a good marketing strategy around it. So manufacturing is not something that some people are born with and we are not born with. It's in all of us. It's not difficult developing a product. Nobody develops any product from original idea. They are all copying one way or the other. The Chinese didn't create the technology. They just adapted the technology. The others, the same. It's from generation to generation, from centuries to century, from one formula of science to another format of engineering. So nobody owns it. Technology is not another person's culture. It's just how things are produced scientifically, and so it doesn't matter what you are producing. Once you can solve a problem and it can be sold at a profit, it's value addition. So sometimes you just add 10% or 3% or change the color of existing product, or just change the way something is done on the product so that more people can use it in it. Maybe sometimes you're even using a product and you see that this should have done it this way. If you decide to look at the product and just change some few things around it and do it the way that is more convenient to you, that is product development. It's not strange. It's all like the mobile phone. A lot of us are using mobile phone. We know that this application should have been this should have been this. How do you organize yourself to go to some of these manufacturers to say that, listen, I think that this product should have been this, or bottle water, this design should have been this? Even if you're not making profit, or even if you're not able to build a business around it, just being able to make a change to an existing product and document it is a good step, and when it comes to entrepreneurship and products, it's the starting, it's not the perfection. The perfection, no matter what you introduce to the market will tell you what they want. So you don't have to perfect it so much, especially if it's your first product, if it's your first business. You don't have to just get to do something and put it out there. And you hear and once you you see that or not physical product. Just look at what people have done. We call something reverse engineering. It's the same, So Africans should think. A lot of us into agriculture, food, or even housing. If you're building and you see that the way this machine was built for this kind of mixing, you can change something small on it and it becomes a new product. And that's why all over those who are inventors, they don't invent, they invent from things that out of that an idea hits them. Products are developed from all the problems surrounding us. You are trying to do something, you find it difficult. The confidence to say that I can also change this product into this. So it's not a mystery. It's not a mystery. It's not a mystery to come up, separate the two. You can Facebook. You can draw a product put some note around it and look at what you want to change on the product, and then it becomes a new product. People, aluminium products all the time, electrical gadgets. If you're able to change this little thing around this guy and model it and it works perfectly for you, then they are not enough convenience. So it's not. The first thing is, how do you come up with the first type, the prototype? Once you come up with the prototype and look at the costing and how efficiently it works, and look at the process that you went through to produce that product, then it's a product. It's like you just have to have the confidence that this thing is good, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it out, make sure it's safe for people, and then go through all the instructions that you need to go through to protect your idea. That's how these things, that is a carpenter, whether it's a food product, whether it's a pharmaceutical product, whether it's a metallic product, whether it's whatever, whether it's a book, whether it's a movie, what is important is that you are